Hello students, in today's lecture we are going to learn about theory of the topic vectors. Disclaimer: the images, text and other materials used in our presentations are for educational purposes only. We respect the intellectual property rights of the original creators and owners. If you are the owner and have any concerns or issues, please contact us at sathi@iitk.ac.in and we shall remove the content immediately. Please note that parts of the content may have been generated using generative AI, which is experimental. So, the topic is resolution of vectors. Now here question arises, what is resolution of a vector? Resolution of a vector means splitting of a single vector into two or more components of the vector along specified direction, usually along x-axis and y-axis. So x-axis horizontal direction, y-axis vertical direction. So if we have two non-zero vectors, a vector and b vector, with different directions in a plane, can be used to express another vector a in same plane. This is denoted by expressing a vector a as a sum of two vectors, one obtained by multiplying a by a real number and another obtained by multiplying b by another real number. So here consider vector a with tail o and head p. Tail o and head p. So drawing a parallel line through a vector through o and line parallel to b through p, let them intersect at point q. So q is the intersect point of vector lambda a and second one, that is mu b. So now here one more question. Why do we resolve vectors? We resolve vectors to make calculations easier. Many physics problems involve vectors acting at angles. By resolving them into components, we can use simple algebra instead of trigonometry or vector algebra to solve the problem. So here we have a two vector, OP vector, second one is OQ vector, but the resultant vector is OP vector of two vector, that is OQ and OQP. Since OQ is parallel to A and QP is parallel to B, so we can say OQ is equal to lambda A and OP is equal to mu B. So where lambda and mu are real numbers. Therefore the equation become lambda A is equal to lambda A vector plus mu B vector. Now suppose we have a three-dimensional space, or we can say x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. A unit vector has a magnitude of 1 and points in a specific direction. Unit vector has no dimension, or we can say dimensionless quantity. It solely indicates direction. In a rectangular coordinate, unit vectors along x-axis, y-axis and z-axis denoted by I cap, j cap and k cap respectively. It means what? I cap along x-axis, j cap along y-axis and k cap along z-axis. These unit vectors have equal magnitude, that is mod of I is equal to mod of j equal to mod of k is equal to 1. So this is the representation of magnitude of unit vectors and they are mutually perpendicular to each other. They appear in bold with cap. cap to distinguish them from other vectors. So if we write j cap, it means it is a unit vector. And if we write j, so it means it is j vector. So cap helps us to distinguish them from other vectors. For two-dimensional motion, only two unit vectors are needed. X-axis, I cap along x-axis and j cap along y-axis. When a unit vector n cap is multiplied by a scalar lambda, it results in a vector, and that is lambda is equal to lambda n cap. Generally, any vector A can be expressed in this form, where n cap represents a unit vector along A vector. So here A is the vector, mode of A is the magnitude, and n cap is a direction of the given vector. Using this method, a vector can be resolved into two components of vectors along a set of two vectors, provided all three lines lie in the same plane. So resolving a vector into two components, so first is A1 vector, or we can say Ax I cap. Second one is Ay j cap, and the given vector is A vector. So there are the two components of vector A, Ax I cap, Ay j cap, along their respective directions. So a vector A lying in xy plane. Look at here, as shown in diagram. So we have a vector A in xy plane, x-axis and y-axis, can be resolved into component vectors along I cap and j cap. By drawing perpendicular lines from the head of A to the coordinates axis, we get a A1 and A2. Look at here, A1 and A2. A1 is perpendicular to x-axis, where the relation is A1 vector plus A2 vector is equal to A vector, and A1 vector is parallel to I cap. A1 vector is parallel to I cap because I cap directed along x-axis. Similarly, A2 vector is parallel to j cap because j vector directed along y-axis. So in vector form, we can write A1 is equal to Ax I cap and A2 is equal to Ay j cap. Now here important point is this: Ax is the magnitude and I cap is direction. A2 is vector and their magnitude is Ay and direction is j cap. Or we can say Ax and Ay are real numbers. Therefore, the vectors in equation form will be A is equal to Ax I cap plus Ay j cap. I hope this is clear. The quantities Ax and Ay are the x and y components of vector A. So from this equation, this is along x-axis and this is along y-axis. The important point here is this: Ax alone is not a vector, but Ax I cap is a vector. Similarly, Ay j cap is a vector. So using trigonometry, these components can be expressed: Ax is equal to A cos theta and Ay is equal to A sin theta, where theta is what? Theta is the angle A makes with x-axis. Theta is the angle makes with x-axis, and these components can be positive, negative or 0 depending on theta. The components Ax, Ay it depends on the value of theta. Now, a vector A in a plane can be specified either by a magnitude A and direction theta relative to x-axis, or by its components, and that is ax and ay. If A and theta are known, listen carefully. If A and theta are known, ax and ay can be found using the above equations. So it can be this one. A vector is equal to under root ax square plus ay square. So this is the formula to calculate the magnitude of any vector. So this follows ax square plus ay square is equal to a square cos square theta plus a square sin square theta. So it will be become a square, because we know sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. So a vector A, look at the figure, vector A can be resolved into 3 components along x-axis, y-axis and z-axis in 3-dimensional. Similar to resolve a vector in xy plane, so when alpha, beta and gamma represents angle between vector A and the x, y and z axis respectively. So it will be become ax is equal to a cos alpha, ay is equal to a cos beta and az is equal to a cos gamma, where alpha, beta and gamma are the angles. So in general, vector can be written as a is equal to ax I cap plus ay j cap plus az k cap, or we already know I cap, j cap and k cap are unit vectors along respective axes, and the magnitude is this one. A is equal to under root ax square plus ay square plus az square. Now suppose one question for you. The value of ax is 2, value of ay is 1 and value of az is 3. In that case, what will be the magnitude of vector A? Please find it. So using the formula, that is A is equal to under root ax square plus ay square plus az square, just substitute the value in this relation and you will be get the magnitude of A. So it will be what? Ax is 2, so it will become 4 plus ay is what? 1, so it will be 1 and az is what? 3, so it will be become 9. So root 14. Yes, correct answer. Root 14. Similarly, a position vector R. Now here question arises, what is position vector? A position vector that originate from origin can be represented or expressed as a ax I cap plus ay j cap plus z k cap, where x, y and z represents components of R along their respective axes, x axis, y axis and z axis. Vector addition analytic method. The graphical method of vector addition provides visualization but has limitations in accuracy. So here we will use analytical method. So in 2-dimensional plane, the coordinates is x, y. So and vector is a vector and v vector with their components ax, ay and bx, by can be expressed as a this one. A vector is equal to ax I cap plus ay j cap and b vector is equal to bx I cap plus by j cap. Their sum represented by resultant vector. So add both vectors. A vector, that is ax I cap plus ay j cap and b vector is bx I cap plus by j cap. So just substitute the value of a vector and b vector. So here we will use the commutative and associative laws. This can be regrouped as R is equal to ax bx I cap plus ay by j cap where Rx is equal to Ax plus Bx and Ry is equal to Ay and By. So this is the resultant vector. Now suppose we have a vector R vector, or we can say suppose we have a vector N vector. So if we want to express this vector in unit vector, so it will be can written n cap. So it is unit vector. Each components of the resultant is simply the sum of corresponding components of original vectors. So in 3-dimensional, vector include a z component, and that is ax I cap plus ay j cap plus az k cap. This is a vector. B vector is bx I cap plus by j cap plus bz k cap. And R vector is equal to Rx I cap plus Ry j cap plus Rz k cap, where the Rx is equal to Ax plus Bx, Ry is equal to Ay By, and Rz is equal to Az plus Bz. This method extends to multiply multiple vectors and their combinations for vector A vector, B vector and C vector with components along x, y and z axis as shown in the figure. X axis, y axis and z axis. Now their component is Ax, Ay and Az. Az. So a vector T is equal to A vector plus B vector minus C vector has components Tx is equal to Ax plus Bx minus Cx, Ty is equal to Ay plus By minus Cy, and Tz is equal to Az plus Bz minus Cz. Now one example. Find the magnitude and direction of the resultant of two vectors A vector and B vector in terms of their magnitudes and angle theta between them. Solution. So look at here as shown in the diagram. So here we have a two vector A vector and V vector. A vector and V vector, and the angle between vectors is theta. So let OP vector and OQ vector represents two vector A vector and B vector making angle theta. OP and OQ, and the angle between OP and OQ is theta. So using the parallelogram method of addition, OS represents resultant. OS represents resultant, or we can say resultant vector. So the resultant vector will be R vector is equal to A vector plus V vector. Yes or no? So Sn is the normal to OP and PM is normal to OS. PM is normal to OS and Sn is normal to OP. So from the geometry of the figure, OS square is equal to ON square plus Sn square. So this is the Pythagoras law. So ON is equal to ON. Look at figure. ON is what? ON is OP plus PN. And OP is what? OP is A and PN is what? PN is, this one is B cos theta. But Sn is equal to B sin theta. Now substitute the all given terms in above relation. You will be get OS square is equal to A plus B cos theta whole square plus B sin theta whole square. So solve this. It will be r square is equal to, because OS vector is a resultant vector from the parallelogram law of vector addition, and it will be a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. How? So we know it will be what? A square plus b square cos square theta plus b square sin square theta. So a square plus, take b square common, so b square, and it will be cos square. Here we solve component. A square plus b square cos square theta plus 2ab cos theta, a plus b whole square plus b square sin square theta. Clear? Now a square plus, take b square common, so it will be b square cos square plus cos square theta plus sin square theta plus 2ab cos theta. Now a cos square theta plus sin square theta is 1. So it will be a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. Now I hope this is clear. So r equal to under root a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. Let this is equation first. So in triangle OSN, Sn is equal to OS sin alpha, which is equal to r sin alpha, and in triangle PSN, Sn is equal to PSS sin theta, which is equal to b sin theta. Therefore r sin alpha is equal to b sin theta, and it will become r by sin theta is equal to b by sin alpha, and let this equation second. Similarly, Pm is equal to a sin alpha is equal to b sin beta, and it will be a upon sin beta is equal to b upon sin alpha, and let this is equation third. So combining equations second and third, we get this one, and this is important for the exam. R upon sin theta is equal to a upon sin beta is equal to b upon sin alpha, and let this is equation fourth. So using equation 4, we get sin alpha is equal to b by r sin theta, and let this is equation 5, where r is given by equation first. So tan alpha is equal to Sn divided by OP plus Pn, where Sn is b sin theta and OP plus Pn is a plus b cos theta. So from equation first, it gives magnitude of the resultant, and equation 5 and second its direction. And equation 1 is known as the law of cosines, and equation 4 law of sines. One more example. A motorboat is racing towards north at 25 km per hour, and the water current in that region is 10 km per hour in the direction of 60 degree east of south. 60 degree east of south. Find the resultant velocity of the boat. Please solve this question. Here we have to find out the resultant velocity of boat. Solution. So according to question, a motorboat is racing towards north. So the direction is north, south, east, west. So the velocity is motorboat is Vb along towards north direction, and the direction of water current is in this region is 10 km per hour. So vector Vb representing the velocity of motorboat and vector Vc representing the water current are shown in the figure. In direction specified by the problem, using the parallelogram law of vector addition, the resultant R is obtained in the direction shown in the figure. So according to question, the motorboat in north direction, and second one is east to south direction, from east to south with 60 degree of east, 60 degree east of south, east of south. So the resultant will be R. So we obtain the magnitude of R using the law of cosine. So it will be R is equal to under root VB square plus VC square plus 2VB VC cos 120 degree. So just substitute the given terms in this relation. You will be get VB square is equal to 25 square plus 10 square plus 2 into the value of VB and VC. It will be 25 into 10, and the cos 120 is minus 1 by 2. So solving this, you will be get R is equal to 22 km per hour. Now to obtain the direction, here we apply the law of sines. So R upon sin theta is equal to VC upon sin alpha. So sin alpha is what? Sin alpha is equal to VC upon R sin theta. Now just substitute the value. VC is 10 into sin 120 and R, that is 21.8. So solving this, you will be get 0.397. So phi equal to 23.4 degree. Now we will learn some important formulas that is related to scalar or dot product. So the scalar product of two vectors, A vector and V vector, is defined as the product of A vector and V vector and multiplied by the cosine of smaller angle between them. So it will be A vector dot B vector is equal to AB cos theta, and this relation is very important. A dot B is equal to AB cos theta. Now what properties of dot product? So it commutative in nature. It means A dot B is equal to B dot A. Here we have two vector, A vector and B vector, and taking the dot product of these two and B dot A of this product. So you will be get A dot B is equal to B dot A. Dot product is distributive over the addition of vectors. So A dot B plus C is equal to A dot B plus A dot C. So the properties of I dot I is equal to J dot J equal to K dot K is equal to 1, because angle between two equal vectors is 0. Clear? I dot I is J dot J and K dot K equal to 1. If two vectors, A vector and B vector, are perpendicular to each other, in that case A dot B is equal to AB cos 90 degree, and cos 90 is what? Cos 90 0. So AB into 0 equal to 0, and I dot J is equal to J dot K and K dot I equal to 0, because these are perpendicular vectors. This is important. I dot J, J dot K and K dot I equal to 0. Now vector product, or we can say cross product. The product of two vectors, A vector and B vector, or we can say the product of two cross product of two vectors, A vector and B vector, are A cross B, produces a third vector, that is C, and whose magnitude is C equal to AB sin theta n cap, where theta is the smaller of the two angles between A vector and B vector. Because of the notation, A vector cross B vector is also known as the cross product. It is spelled as A cross B, or we can say A vector cross B vector. Properties of cross product. Vector or cross product of two vectors gives vector quantity. Cross product of two vectors, listen carefully, cross product of two vectors does not obey the commutative law, and that is A cross B is not equal to B cross A. Here A cross B is equal to minus B cross A. Cross product of two vectors is distributive over the addition of vectors. It means A cross B plus C is equal to A cross B plus A cross C. Cross product of two equal vectors is given by A into A equal to 0. Similarly, we have another vectors, that is I cross I equal to 0, J cross J equal to 0, and K cross K equal to 0, because sine 0 degree 0. Cross product of two perpendicular vectors, that is A cross B is equal to AB sine 90 degree, and sine 90 is 1, so it will be AB n cap. Okay. Now suppose we have a I cap, J cap and K cap. So two vectors AX I cap plus AY J cap plus AZ K cap, and B equal to BX I cap plus BY J cap and BZ K cap. Now what will be the cross product? Solve this question with me. You have to find out the cross product. The A vector is given and B vector is given. How we can calculate? So first A vector is AX I cap, AY J cap and AZ K cap. Clear? And what is the B vector? BX I cap, BY J cap and BZ K cap. Now to solving this cross product, first here take I cap here common outside and neglect this column and multiply this AY and BZ. So you will be get AX, AY and BZ minus BY and AZ. BY and AZ. Yes or no? Then minus J cap. So now neglect the second column and multiply AX, BZ and BX, AZ. So it will be what? AX, BZ minus BX, AZ. Now K cap. So now neglect the K cap and multiply AX, BY and BX, AY. So you will be get AX, BY minus BX, AY and K cap. Yes or no? So solve this as a matrix. So you will be get the cross product of two vectors. Cross product of two vectors, or we can say vectors I cap, J cap and K cap are following cyclic rule. What is cyclic rule? So suppose we have a direction I cap, J cap and K cap. Listen carefully, this is very important. This one is I cap, J cap and k cap. Now j cross k is what? That is I cap. And k cross I is what? J cap. And I cross j is what? K cap. So it is look like a cycle. So that's why we called this is a cycle rule. I cross j is what? K cap, and k cross k is I cross k is equal to minus j cap, because this is opposite. If you follow the clockwise direction, the direction is positive, and if we follow the anti-clockwise direction, it will be with negative sign. Cycle representation for unit vectors I cap, j cap and k cap. Here an important point, vector triple product. If we have a three vectors, a vector, b vector and c vector, then what will be the vector triple product? That is a cross b cross c is what? B a dot c minus c a dot b. So this is the formula of the vector triple product. In upcoming slides, we will solve multiple questions based on this formula. So are you ready to solve the question? So our first question, let a vector is equal to I cap plus 2j cap and b vector is equal to 2I cap plus j cap. Now what is the magnitude of a vector and magnitude of b vector? Are the vectors a vector and b vector equal? Please solve this question. The vector is given, a vector and v vector. So we have a, first of all we calculate the magnitude of a vector. So it will be what? Under root I cap 1 square plus 2 square, because this is the constant term is denoted, is the constant value is of I cap is what? 1 and the constant value of j cap is what? 2. So this represents the magnitude. So under root 1 square plus 2 square, that is under root 5. So it is the magnitude of a vector. Similarly, magnitude of v vector is what? Under root 2 square plus 1 square, it is equal to root 5. It means the magnitude of both the vector a vector and b vector are the same. So a vector and magnitude of a vector and magnitude of b vector are equal, but two vectors are not equal since their corresponding components are distinct. One more question. Find the vector in the direction of vector a is equal to 2I cap plus 3j cap plus k cap. So the first of all we calculate unit vector in the direction of vector a vector. So it will be what? A cap is equal to 1 upon mode of a vector and a vector. Now magnitude of a vector is, of the given vector is this one, under root 2 square, because the coefficient of I cap is what? 2, similarly 3 and 1. So it will be under root 14. Therefore a cap is equal to 1 upon under root 14, 2I cap plus 3j cap plus k cap. So it will be 2 divided by under root 14 I cap plus 3 divided by under root 14 j cap plus 1 divided by under root 14 k cap. Now suppose we have a vector a vector, how we can write the magnitude of a vector? So it will be a vector and mode. So this is the magnitude. Next question. Find a vector in direction of vector a vector is equal to I cap minus 2j cap that has magnitude 7 units. So find the vector. The unit vector in the direction of given vector a vector is this one. Vector A divided by mode of vector A. So what is the mode of vector A? How we can calculate? So it will be under root 1 square plus 2 square. So equal to under root 5. So it will be 1 divided by under root 5 I cap minus 2 j cap. So in simple term, it will be 1 divided by root 5 I cap minus 2 divided by root 5 j cap. Therefore, the vector having magnitude equal to 7 and the direction of A cap is this. 7 divided by root 5 I cap plus minus 14 divided by root 5 j cap. Next question. Solve this question. Find the unit vector in the direction of sum of the vectors. A is equal to 2 I cap plus 2 j cap minus 5 k cap, and B is equal to 2 I cap plus j cap plus 3 k cap. So please solve this question. The sum of the given vector is A vector plus B vector. So initially we consider it is equal to C vector. So A vector is this one and B vector is this one. So A plus B vector is equal to 4 I cap plus 3 j cap minus 2 k cap. And the mode of vector C is equal to, or we can say magnitude of vector C is equal to under root 4 square plus 3 square plus minus 2 whole square. So it will be what? 16 plus 9 plus 4 equal to under root 19. Next question. Find the area of parallelogram whose adjacent sides are given by the vectors A vector and V vector is this one. So here you have to find the area of parallelogram. Please find the answer. The area of parallelogram with A vector and B vector as its adjacent side is given by cross of A vector and B vector, and then take mode. Now cross of A vector, cross A cross B is what? So we know A vector is this one and V vector is this one. So I cap, j cap, k cap is the direction along their respective axes. So A vector is 3 I cap plus j cap plus 4 k cap, and V vector is what? I cap minus j cap plus k cap. Now what is the cross product? Solve this question. So it will be 5 I cap plus j cap minus 4 k cap. Therefore the area mode of A cross B is equal to under root 25 plus 1 plus 16 is equal to under root 42. It is clear or not? Under root 42, because this is the vector and the magnitude is this one, is equal to square of coefficient, that is 25 plus 1 plus 16. So you will be get under root 42. Clear? So hence the required area is under root 42. Now this question for you. Find the area of triangle having points A vector is 1 1 1 and V vector is 1 2 3 and C vector is 2 3 1. This is the given coordinates, or we can say vertices we have a vector and product of a vector and b vector is equal to j cap plus 2k cap, and AC vector is I cap plus 2j cap. The area of parallelogram is this one, AB into AC. So find out the AV and AC. So AB vector cross AC vector is this one. I cap, j cap and k cap is the unit vectors. So AB vector is 0 for x-axis and j cap is 1 and 2 k cap. So it will 0, 1, 2. And for AC vector it is 1, 2, 0. It is clear or not? So after taking the cross product, you will be get minus 4i cap plus 2j cap minus k cap. So the 0 term here, this one, the AB vector is given. AB vector is given. J cap plus 2k cap. Clear? Now what about I cap? There is an absence of I cap, so we choose 0 I cap plus 2 j cap plus 2 j cap plus 2 k cap. Now it is clear. And AC vector is I cap plus 2 j cap plus 0 k cap. Why? Because there is an absence of k cap. So here the coefficient AX is 0, similarly 1, and this one is 2. So just substitute in determinant form, you will be get this one. And what is the magnitude? So magnitude of AB vector and AC vector is AB into AC. So it will be under root 16 plus 4 plus 1 equal to under root 21. So we know if we have two vector, A vector and B vector, or we can say here the value of AB vector, AB cross AC vector is equal to this one. So magnitude is what? Under root this one, AX square plus B AY square plus AZ square. So what is AX? Minus 4. Yes or no? And 2 is 2 plus 1. So solving this, you will be get 16 plus 4 plus 1. So what is the final answer? 16 plus 4 is 20 plus 1. So it will be under root 21. Thus the required area is 1 by 2 under root 21. Now one question for you, and this is homework for you. Suppose A vector is equal to I cap plus 2j cap plus 3k cap, and B vector is equal to 3I cap plus 2j cap plus 3k cap. Now what is the A cross B? What is the cross product of these two vectors? First find this one. After that, find out the mode of A cross B. What is the answer? Please solve this question. What is the answer? Now choose determinant form. So like this. So it will be I cap, j cap, k cap, and the coefficients is 1, 2 and 3. Similarly 3, 2 and 3. So what is the final calculation? So you will be get 3 to the 6 minus 3 to the 6 minus j cap, it will be 3 minus 3 3 the 9 plus k cap, it will be 2 into 6. Yes or no? So plus 6 k cap minus plus 6 k cap and minus 4 k cap. And the magnitude is what? Under root 6, that is 36 plus 16. So after solving again, you will be get what? 6, 6, 12 and 3 and 4, 1, 5. 52 under root 52. So mode of A cross B is equal to 52. Clear? So this is the all about the cross product of two vectors. And from this type of questions, we can say this is very important for the exam point of view. Here AB and AC is both are vectors. One more question. Mode of A cross B, find this value. If A is equal to 2i cap plus j cap plus 3k cap and B is equal to 3i cap plus 5j cap minus 2k cap. What is the mode of A cross B? The A vector and B vector is given. Find the answer. So we have A vector and B vector. So taking cross product in determinant form, you will be I cap, j cap, k cap. So A vector is 2 plus 1 and 3. Similarly, B vector is 3, 5 and 2 minus 2. So first we calculate for I cap. So neglect this and cross multiply. So you will be get minus 2 minus 15. Then minus, then neglect the j cap. So minus 4 minus 9 j cap. Now k cap. So neglect k cap, you will be get 10. 5 into 2, 10 minus 3 k cap. So A cross B is equal to minus 17 I cap plus 13 j cap plus 7 k cap. So hence the mode of A cross B is under root minus 17 whole square plus 13 whole square plus 7 whole square. So final answer is under root 507. Yes, this is correct. Clear? Because we know A cross B, the formula is under root ax square plus ay square if we talk about in general form. So write it under root ax square plus ay square plus az square. So ax is minus 17, this one, and ay 13 and az 7. I hope this is clear. Clear? So this is the all about cross product of two vectors. Thank you for your attention. in next question, in next class, we will learn more about vectors.